Hey class, how's it going? Today we have the informative speech. I'm going to upload a video on my phone. I'm going to then email it to myself on the computer. I'm going to put it on my PowerPoint presentation, and that's how I'm going to submit my project. My audience today is my cousin Sean, member of one because quarantine. So thank you, quarantine. Everybody be safe also during these protests. Today my informative speech is going to be about domestic versus foreign motorcycles, mainly street motorcycles, not necessarily street bikes, but more so Harleys and cruisers. The whole topic of this informative speech and the goal of it is to have your audience intrigued in what you're talking about, so then they pay more attention and have a better interest in the stories you're telling them and the information you're trying to give them. It just so happens that my cousin is a Harley-Davidson owner and rider, so this is a great topic that we could talk about, converse over things, pros and cons of certain companies, and yeah, it should be a great topic. So let's get into it. I know it's hard to see, so I apologize. Domestic, man, I really wish we could focus. Anyway. So, domestic versus foreign motorcycles. On the left here, I have the Harley-Davidson logo. On the right, I have the Honda logo. Harley-Davidson is from America, domestically made, and Honda is from Japan. So, it's a foreign country. Therefore, it's domestic versus foreign motorcycles. Here we go. This is just an overview of what we're getting into today. Here's a picture of a Harley-Davidson. And here's a picture of a Honda motorcycle. Both are great bikes. Each customer and rider has their own preference. So you can't really tell someone which one is essentially better or worse. It's all based off of their preference. So let's get into it. Here's just an overview of what we're talking about today. We're going to be going over the models, different models of Harleys and Hondas, the prices and qualities of these bikes. We're just going to compare them, see what works better, what doesn't, what's better materials, what's not. So just to kind of get an overview, on this slide, we are just outlining the model, price, and quality. Simple. Right here, I have 4 different models of motorcycles, 2 different brands. On the left side here, I have Harley-Davidson brands, which is the domestic American ones. We have a Sportster up top, which is a bike that my cousin owns, so awesome. We have a Street Glide, which is more of a cruiser bike. Get you long distances, not really for city ride, which you can. You can ride a motorcycle anywhere you'd like, but these are made for more touring and cruising. On the right side here, I have the Honda Shadow, which is, in my opinion, it's equivalent to a Harley-Davidson Sportster in the look and the make and model of it. They're similar in features. The Fury is another Honda bike, top of the line bike. Represents more of a soft tail chopper on the American Harley-Davidson side. So, you know, just to give the people an idea during the presentation, to give my audience an idea, we show them both sides of the topics we're talking about, the domestic versus the foreign. Therefore, we posted 2 different pictures, and that's what we got done. Right here, I'm going to be going over the prices of the different bikes and companies. So for Harley, I listed prices going in descending order from most expensive to least, just 3 of them. We're going to start off with the most expensive Harley-Davidson, which is an electric bike called the Livewire. It's coming in at $27,999. Pretty expensive for a motorcycle, if you ask me, but it's top of the line new technology. So a lot of people would like to invest their money into it, and it's a great buy. The second one is a real nice bike that I like. It's called the Sport Glide. This one comes in at $18,500. Okay, like it says up here, the bike's made for great long cruises. You take it state to state, you take it on long rides, 4-hour, 5-hour, 6-hour rides with your buddies, and you have a great time. You're comfortable, you're not very sore afterwards, because when you're on a smaller bike, it could be a little tougher to handle those long rides. The lowest level on the totem pole, last but not least, because it's still a great bike, is the lowest priced Harley, the Street Glide. It's the Street 750. That one goes for a good $7,500. It's great for beginners. It's an awesome bike if you don't want to invest a ton of money into it. You want to learn how to ride, learn how to maintenance and take care of a Harley. This would be a great bike to pick up. On the right side here, I have the prices of Honda bikes in descending order. The most expensive Honda we're working with is the Goldwing Tour. It's coming in at $27,500. That's equivalent to a glider. It's going to be touring, traveling, multiple passengers on board. Very comfortable type of bike. Great made. And it'll get you from A to B in a very long distance very comfortably. So it's a great bike to have. The second one here is the Honda Fury. Rates in at 10 grand. I don't remember the exact picture of this bike, but I do remember it was a bit of a slim cycle, not more of a touring large one. And when I say touring, I mean one with, you could put a passenger on the back seat, great room, and you could go very long distances at great time. So that's the cheapest one. And the cheapest one of the Honda, is the Shadow Aero. Coming in at $7,600. Again, it's a beginner bike. All these bikes are basically equivalent on both sides. Like I said, it's just different materials, different factories, different companies making them. So they have different preferences and different niches, each is their own. So right here, we're going to be talking about the quality of these bikes. A Harley Davidson, for the most part, is low maintenance. It needs minor repairs over the amount of years that you own it. Says some people. Most of the Harley Davidson owners say that. Some people, might have an opposite opinion. Top-notch materials from America that build this bike. It makes it durable, sturdy, reliable, and it's great to use. The Hondas, they're high maintenance. You're not going to go for a ride once every weekend without having to change the oil, change the tires, make sure everything's prime on it. The Harley Davidson, you can let ride for a little bit longer without doing those maintenance checks. Although the bike requires high maintenance on the Honda side, they're very cheap in materials and products to build the bike. So that's a plus for some people. The Harley Davidson materials might be a little extra and a little bit more expensive to work on, so people might choose not to work on it. But the ones for the Hondas are cheap, easier to work on. It just takes a little bit more maintenance to keep them going and keep them running as quality as a Harley Davidson. All in all, it's a great bang for your buck to buy a Honda. It'll get you on a bike, it'll get you riding. It's not the Gucci or Louis Vuitton of motorcycles, but it definitely is a great bike, and it will also, someone will have a ton of fun on it, and they should definitely try it out. Here's a conclusion. Majority of Harley Davidson owners, they love their motorcycle. The machine is displayed unique and uniqueness, durability. It shows stuff that express their personality while they're riding it without having to speak verbally. It was a non-verbal expression of emotion when you're riding a motorcycle. You can't go wrong by purchasing a Harley Davidson, The reliability and the comfort in the new Harley Davidsons are comparable to none. So that gives you that. My conclusion on Honda, fantastic manufacturer of motorcycles. They do everything from street bikes, dirt bikes, cars, boats, anything. So when it comes to their cruising motorcycles, that's not their specialty, but that doesn't mean that they don't make great bikes, and every rider has their own preference. Someone can love a Honda so much and will never use anything else. So that's my informative speech. My cousin Sean and I are out. Thanks for listening.